appreciate it. Home of the free because you're brave. Our office will be closed Monday, Memorial Day, so please know that staff will not be available on Monday. All right, Wednesday we have FSBOs and expired listings with Mr. Darren Kong, and this is Wednesday at 1:30. Please come to that. That's going to be a good class, as well as the agent-to-agent referrals with Janet Daring and lead conversion with our own very Mr. Paul Dethridge right there.
Yes, sir.
And that's today, by the way, that Wednesday. I'm sorry, that's not next Wednesday, that's today. Today's the 20th, right? We're still in May?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, Red Day. Thank you guys all. Give yourselves a round of applause. It was a very successful day. We did a lot. Look at all that work that was done out there at Sequoia High School. It was fantastic. And they so appreciated it. The kids loved it. Connie, you wanted to speak a little bit about what happened
I
that
just
day?
happened to get here.
Thank you for joining us. You're on Raina's clock, I see.
Sorry about that. Yeah, Red Day was amazing. I have received calls from the principals out at Woodville and also at Sequoia. So it was a great day. We made a big difference for these kids, and they were just touched that we were out there in full force and really caring about their environment. So thank you to everybody that helped. It was great. We had construction crews, we had pea gravel crews, we had painters, we had it all. So very successful. Thank you,
A lot of
everybody.
supervisors. And thank you to Country Club Mortgage for providing lunch. I'm sure you guys knew that happened. Very well, Jeremy. You're welcome. All right. Tomorrow, Thirsty Thursdays, right across the street, Crawdaddies. So it'll be at 4 o'clock. Excuse me?
Jason will be there.
They were there at 3.
4:30.
Jason will be there at 4.
I'll be there at 2.
Again?
So, again, so, yeah, 4:30 tomorrow. Crawdaddies right across the street.
There we go.
Never-ending lunch. There you go. May 27th. We're going to have Bunko. This is going to be a monthly thing. It was so much fun. So if you guys haven't came to Bunko or don't know what Bunko is, please come sign up with Kirsten or with Tasha downstairs. She has a sign-up sheet, so go ahead and sign yourselves up. May 27th. Put that in your calendar. May 27th, 4:30 to 6:30. All right? And all proceeds go to KW Cares, by the way. Family picnic. May 28th, that's next Thursday, 4:30 to 8:30. Tickets available in the board office. And I think Jeremy has tickets right here. Do you want to talk a little bit, Jeremy, about this?
We're really trying to encourage everyone to come. Bring their kids, bring their grandkids. We're doing a tri-tip dinner. Chris Jolly and Ruben and everyone's pitching in to get that all cooked up. We're having multiple bounce houses. We're gonna have lots of games for the kids. I'm gonna try and herd the cats and make all that happen. What else are we doing? We can't have water at the picnic, so that's unfortunate. So we can't have like water bounce houses, but we did.
That's why we're having it early before it gets hot. Right?
That's the goal. I can't predict the weather, but please help me and pray that it doesn't get one of those hot Mays. Obviously there'll be adult beverages and all that good stuff as well, but
He's DJing this year.
all right. Well, thank you.
All right.
And I have tickets.
And Keller Williams has a booth.
We have a booth,
We have
yes.
a booth and we need it, we need help with that booth. And Katie and Vanessa are rocking that booth with all kinds of, what's the theme?
They're going for like a baseball traditional American theme, so we'll have popcorn and peanuts, and they'll have a game for the kids and all kinds
Squirt
of fun
guns,
stuff.
all kinds of stuff.
All right.
Do you have a popcorn machine?
We do not. Do you? Vanessa might want to talk to you. Awesome. Thank you, Jody.
All right. Also
Real
coming
quick,
up. Yes.
Just wanted to touch base with you. All the funds for that go to the benevolent fund this year. So it's a good cause. And we just went over the numbers today, and the golf tournament raised $9,500 for the benevolent fund.
Yes.
Thank you all very much.
Good job. Thanks, Ed. Thanks for reporting. Realtor night at the ballpark, Tuesday, June 2nd at 6 p.m. See Kirsten. That's going to be fun. That's always a fun event. Who's been to that in the past? If you haven't been, you should go at least once. It's a fun event. They block off a section in the cold zone, and it's a good time. There's actually a baseball game that happens while you're there. It's pretty neat.
That's a bonus.
That's a bonus. Next, we have our market update. Could you turn off the lights back there for me, Ed? All right, so let's get started. Tulare County single family average price per square foot, 120 as of April. So you see that the appreciations happen there. Right here, this is interesting. I put some statistics down here. This price range right here, this 100 to 490 to 149, we had 22% drop in sales from March to April. And then this price range right here, which is the 150 to 199, we had a 23% increase in sales. And then from 200 to 249, we had a 24% decrease in sales. And in this range right here, we had a 26% increase in sales. So for those of you who don't know how we get these, do you guys know what trends are in the MLS? There's a report where you can do by city and by price range. So you can actually see these charts and create these charts in a matter of minutes. Very easy. If you don't know how, I'd be glad to set up a time with you and show you how to do that. It's a very easy process, so you can tailor your presentation more specific to that property. All right? So let's see. Right here, I don't have the percentages here, but you can see that it's pretty slow. Look at that. Average days on market, 408. Do you guys use these on listing presentations?
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
The days on market is the days active of those homes on that report, or
Yes.
the days active of the homes that have sold and closed
That have
escrow?
sold. That have sold.
and closed
Yes.
escrow. So
So-
go back to that slide.
Right there.
So it's just 2 homes.
Right.
Just giving that number. Gotcha.
Right, exactly. All right. New listings. Okay, so one thing that I've noticed over this, over March, over April, is you remember when we started to ramp up the pendings and the sales? One thing that happened from March to April is the solds continued to climb a little bit, but the pendings dropped a little bit. And I've also noticed there's been a lot of price reductions here lately. So we put a little note, a little flyer on your chairs there. It's good talking points for your sellers to tell them about pricing realistically and when the most activity occurs, because there's been a lot of reductions. So please use that. And what I see is price correction, and I think that the way that the rate of the pendings are going now, it's going to be a lot higher than it was this last month. So it's going to get back in the upswing, is what it looks like. All right. Months of inventory. We're down to 3 months of inventory. That's based on closed sales. So if everything were to stop right now, it would take us 3 months to finish off that inventory. Does that make sense, everybody? Does everybody know what months of inventory is? Good, good. Average price, 207. Median price, 185. Look at that trend right there. That's going up. That may level off here because of the price reductions and whatnot, but we'll take a look and see. We'll keep an eye on it. Average days on market, sitting a little bit longer. Maybe that's why the price reductions are happening, is because stuff is sitting a little bit longer and they're seeing this, they need to correct the pricing. Market share. All right.
Wow.
Kings County MLS. Look at that. And total volume, that's double over the competitor. And then we have, for Orange Belt, total units, 25% versus 27%. That is pretty good. That's outstanding. Nelson has a lot of new home development as well, so this doesn't look so good, but that's because of those new home developments right there. So, but still, they're doing a great job out there. And our active listings, down a couple of percentage. So our active MLS listings, KW versus market in April, 15%, which is still a huge chunk of the market share. So that's very, very good. And then 19% of the listings sold in the MLS last month were Keller Williams listings. So great job, guys. Now, could you turn on the lights, please, Rudy? And let's welcome Mr. Troy Guy, if he's in here. Did he leave? Yeah. I need the light on to see where you're at.
Yeah, I was trying to shine from back there. I was using my phone. Hey, I wanted to kind of just discuss with you real quick about, we were talking about this last night at ALC, but about disclosing. What we want to do is our general opinion is that we want to disclose as much as possible. Leave it at that. You know what I mean? Disclose, but then don't be like, hey, we're gonna go and we'll do this or we'll do that work. Disclose if there's a crack in the sidewalk. but don't say, hey, we're gonna tear up the sidewalk and replace it, you know, unless it's, you know, done before the listing. Does that make sense? Because now you've got a situation that you've agreed to do in the future, but now the buyer wants to weigh in on how it's going to be done, or you know, what they would like done in that place. So that's where we start getting ourselves into situations where it's ambiguous and it's hard to have a satisfied client. Also, don't get in the way. I find a lot of realtors get in the way of deals going forward. Does that make sense? In other words, present the house, show the house, present the features and benefits of the house, but don't make comments about things that you don't necessarily know about, and you know, just kind of, in other words, that's a crack in the concrete. You don't need to say why the crack's there, or go beyond that. Does that make sense?
You don't need to get into technical analysis of what's causing the issue. You just want
Correct.
to describe the issue.
That's right.
You use the Troy response, which is, there you go.
It's cracked. You saw it, right? Put it on there. Okay. All right. Do you have any broker questions that you want to give me right now? Yes.
Any update on Visalia sign policy?
Ooh, that would be better directed to others.
I had someone.
Do we have any update on the Visalia
I
sign
was told by
policy?
a potential listing person, owner, about it.
Yeah, I was kind of waiting to hear. I know that's been. Has that been finally?
They did
There you
have
go.
a meeting.
Yes, Brett's working on it.
That was discussed. Our GAD, our Government Affairs Director, will be submitting a report. It'll come in the newsletter, so we should see something. But as far as I know, they have accepted our recommendations, and we should be good to go. We got everything we wanted, and the things changed back where we need to be. One of the biggest problems, okay, we've got our way, because we just hammered them over there at the city, and then we turn around and break our own rules that we asked for as far as open house signs and things like that, guys. So once that comes out, I'm sure everybody will get a copy of it. Jason will make sure we're all briefed on that and get that taken care of. Because the last thing we need to do is get our way and then break our own rules.
Yes. The last thing, I'd really like everybody to get a copy of the disclosure from Main Street Escrow that it's a broker-owned, non-independent escrow company. So that is something that the Bureau of Real Estate is going to be looking at. I mentioned it last week's meeting. It is just it's a disclosure, but put it in your listing packets. We're going to be putting it on Google Docs for your on the broker listing templates. What's that called? Broker zip forms, or yeah. So we're doing the broker zip forms so that you have templates that we have approved and already put this stuff in there. It will be on there, but until that point, I would think it'd be a great idea to have it in your listing packet so that you've discussed it with the seller prior to, hey, they said that it's seller's choice of the escrow company. How about we use Main Street Escrow? And that's the first time you're talking to them about our escrow company. Okay? So we do have, we did get a 57% capture rate.
Nice.
Last month. That's awesome, guys. Great job. Great job. Go fuck yourself.
And I've been getting compliments, when I go to some various events from other lenders and other people and other agents, compliments about the job that Main Street Escrow is doing. So that's very nice, and I always share that. So if you get a compliment, make sure you share with them, because it's nice to hear the good stuff every once in a while. All right? All right, thanks, Troy. Cindy Timbrock, come on up.
We don't really have any major stuff to talk about this morning, other than we have been seeing real wild swings in interest rates. I'll wake up and look at the market one morning and I'll be freaking out, and then the next morning it's like, okay. We are seeing them go up though. The swings on the upward side are bigger than the swings on the lower side. I checked this morning, FHA, I looked at two different interest rates. I don't know if you guys are aware, but interest rate does have a good effect on credit score, has a good effect on interest rate. For FHA this morning, I looked at a 640, interest rate was 4.125. And when I put in a 720, interest rate was 3.875. So they are a couple eighths higher than where they have been. Conventional, I only looked at 720, 20% down, we were at 4.125. get into the lower credit scores on those, you're going to be getting into a much higher interest rate. So we are seeing them tick up some. So also reminding everybody that, and I'm sure you've been hounded about it, but August 1st we do have the change happening. So prepare your listing appointments. Buyers, for a little while there, we're going to be having longer escrows until everything hopefully gets settled down.
All the more reason to buy now.
By now, yeah. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you. All right, let's wish happy birthday to Lynette Ranieri, Leno Bimatel, and Denise Hunt. All right, lessons learned. Anybody have any lessons that they've learned they're willing to share?
Today, at the board meeting, we got a briefing on forms. And on your Avid, I don't know if any of you knew this, I sort of found this out today, but you can attach photos to your Avid. So let's say you see something inside the house or something, you don't want to give it a big explanation or anything like that, but you just want to make
You want to
sure.
get one of these?
Make sure they know about it, so you can attach pictures to your Avid if you're concerned about something. So I thought that was a pretty neat function.
Thank you for sharing that. Anybody else?
I have a lesson learned. It's just kind of like an aha for me. I was doing my regular lead gen, and instead of making calls, I went through my cell phone and I text all of my contacts in my cell phones, not all of them, but a lot of them, and I got 4 solid buyer leads. And I thought, okay, that's great. But then I got thinking, they weren't going to call me. I called them. So no matter how much you're in front of your clients, it's good to still reach out and ask for the business.
Exactly. Good aha. Anyone else? No? All right. Let's see. Needs and wants? Anybody have any needs and wants?
I have a need.
Yes, Vanessa.
I have a sign-up sheet for the Tulare County Association picnic. That is next Thursday. And last year, let me just say, I had so much fun. We have 30-minute slots for 2 people to sit in the booths. And that way, you're not sitting there, or not sitting, but standing there visiting with people all night. 30-minute slots. And last year, I got to hang out and dance in the booth with Raina. I had a great time. I was dancing.
Dancing for the hell is just a kissing.
It was fun. But so yeah, it's fun. It's only from 4:30 to 8:30, and we have 30-minute slots. So grab a friend that you know you're gonna have some laughs with and fun, and let's make it fun, like an appearance. You know, last year there weren't as many people from Keller Williams as we would hope, and so let's make our presence known.
Yes,
So,
definitely. Let's
let me
make it
know.
a
I'm going to
good
be asking you. Let me know ahead of time which time you want.
All right. Thank you, Vanessa. Linda.
I need a buyer for Tulare. We've got a really cute listing as of last week, or should I say early this week, 154 West Lynn in Tulare. Darling, darling cute, looks like a country home in the city. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, built in 54, 1,600 square foot on a 13,000 square foot lot. Beautiful backyard. You can have weddings and parties there. It's immaculate in and out. Please show it. He's very motivated. He needs to buy something else, which we've already put an offer. He's going on vacation and leaving the country quite soon. So,
What's the address?
154 West Lynn.
Right off the North Oaks in the north,
In Tulare.
northeast side of town. Really, it's an absolutely spotless home.
It
The
is.
yard is immaculate. It's like a park in the backyard. Really super neat setting.
Immaculate.
We really tried to price it on the money, so if you have anyone for something like that, bring them out.
We have it at $199.9 and immaculate in and out. So please,
All right.
thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Buyer wants?
I have a house, 3570 square feet, 5-bedroom, 3-bath, northwest side, $399.
Anybody else?
Okay.
Bucket fillers.
I got to fill Darren Kong's bucket.
Okay.
Coming to this meeting for the last 7.5 years, pretty consistently I've been here. And I got to tell you that it was worthwhile because Darren Kong, when he was in here, he talked about doing a buyer, giving the seller a free 30 days. Immediately after that meeting, I wrote an offer on a property, and the seller was questioning whether they were just going to go ahead and pull it off the market. They didn't. They had fallen out of escrow on another contingency that they were in, and they were just going to stay put. And I triggered Darren's comment about how he offered, how that made the deal. And so I talked to my clients about it. They said, absolutely, dude, yeah, offer her 30 days free rent. We did, and it made all the difference in the world. She immediately signed our offer, went out and found another house because that gave her 30 days where she felt like she had enough time. She wasn't going to get pushed out or be homeless, and she'll probably be out in a week, you know. I mean, it's not something that's, you know, that she's going to take the whole 30 days. And so Darren Kong, he just made me $9,000. You know, that's the way I look at it. So he'll get his regular cut.
Yeah, I want to thank everybody that helped on Red Day. Carlos, thank you so much for all the pea gravel. That was huge. That made a huge difference. And then Susan and Country Club Mortgage, Susan Bittner from Buyers, First American Home Buyers Warranty. Heather Ruggles did a cash donation, which really helped us fund the event. And that was really huge. So I want to thank everybody again for all your hard work. It was
And Connie.
very
And
All the organization.
Having you guys there was amazing. So we made a big difference.
Thank you, Troy Guy, for coming out to the watermelon contest.
Yes.
I feel like I let you guys down.
There's next year.
I wanted that belt back. Steve Pitts won, so if you see him, punch him right in the watermelon seed.
I couldn't be there, I remember why.
Wayne.
Wanted to fill the bucket of all my friends around the office who have given me words of support, encouragement, texts, emails, phone calls, Facebook messages. Thanks for having my back, and all of your messages of support really means a lot to me. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Brittany wants to say.
When I went back to Sequoia, I have a message to relay. They said that everybody was absolutely incredible. Everybody just came in and pitched in and helped the best they could, and they were so grateful, and the kids really, really loved it.
No, it was a
It
great
was.
event.
It was. All right. Anything else? Any other buckets? Well, let's look at this right here.
Oh, huh,
Do you have to?
Small changes on a daily basis lead to big changes over time. What does that mean to you guys? Jody?
I like putting on the spot.
What is that right there? Small
Exactly.
changes. We talked about that today, actually.
You're texting.
Just texting people,
Yeah.
contacting 10 people a day. We look at these big goals, and we're like, wow, we're never going to get to that. But if we break it down to daily actions, it's easily attainable.
Getting into habits like Darren and Bill and
Yes.
those others have starts with action. Starts with getting into. You got to start before you can get there.
Exactly.
Got to start before you finish.
Exactly.
And I think too, not to be discouraged if you can't do your whole thing, like I hand out flyers in Tulare and I'd like to do 50 a day, but if I can get to 25, it's
Absolutely.
something.
Absolutely. Something is better than nothing. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for coming. Have a great day.
You say